Hey folks, gonna talk about some algebra stuff to you today because it is currently 12:32 on a Wednesday night, Wednesday morning, Tuesday night going into Wednesday morning, 12:32. So what better to do than talk to you about algebra stuff, specifically point slope form, which is the equation y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, now let's go over a few things here. First off, the y and the x are simply the variables. So that y and that x right there are just the variables. So those will remain as y and x. y1 is the y value of your point. Boop, boop, boop. x1 is the x value of your point. And m is, of course, your slope. So this is the form we want to use, but let's start from the very beginning. So let's say we have 2 points, A and B, and we want to find the slope between these 2 points. So we're going to have to recall how you find slope, and slope between 2 points is the change in your y values over the change in your x values. You probably know it as rise over run, rise being the change in your y, run being the change in your x. And that little triangle I drew is a delta, and we use a delta to represent change. So the change in y over the change in x. And we can look at this specifically by saying y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And all this is saying is choose one of your points to be your first point. So let's say point A is our first point. So with point A, we have x1 and we have y1, the x value and the y value. And then point 2b, we have x2 and y2. And now we just want to substitute those in. So let's go 7 minus 3 divided by negative 3 minus 5, just like that. And we can simplify. 7 minus 3 is 4. Negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. And we should simplify this even further. To get 4 divided by 8 is 1/2, but it is negative. So we find that our slope m is negative. Now I want to illustrate something important here. It wouldn't have made a difference if I chose point B to be my first point and point A to be my second point. So imagine I flipped this and did negative 3, sorry, that's not negative 3, did positive 3 minus 7 divided by 5 minus negative 3. Well, first off, 3 minus 7 is negative 4, and 5 minus negative 3 is the same as 5 plus 3 is 8. Notice the only thing that is different is that now the negative is in the numerator instead of in the denominator. That doesn't make one single bit of difference. If you take 4 divided by 8 and then make it negative, you still get negative 1/2. So it doesn't matter which point you choose to be which, but you need to make sure you do it in the proper order. You don't want to end up doing like y2 minus y1 over x1 minus x2. You can't flip the orders like that. That will goof you up. You will end up with the opposite of the answer that you want. But you have 2 points. You can find the slope between them.